Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the Daffodil Diaries, which is the official podcast for SFUCCS, the SFU Canadian Cancer Society. I'm one of your hosts, Sophie, and I'm co-hosting with my lovely marketing colleague,
My name is Rhea.
Rhea, and we have our first special guest, which is
Kyara, yes.
And introduce yourself.
My name is Kyara. I'm one of the co-chairs for SFUCCS. Basically, what a co-chair is someone who, I guess, organizes the organization. And basically, another word would be like the president or whatever. So, yeah, I'm one of the co-chairs. I also have other co-chairs leading the team with me. So, shout out to Donna, Serena, Jeanette. And then we have our shadowing co-chair, Tiona.
Woo! The prettiest gals.
Literally the prettiest gals. This podcast is going to be we're aiming for 3 episodes, so stay tuned for that. We're so excited. This first episode will just be talking about who we are, who is SFUCCS, and what is Relay for Life.
So who is SFUCCS? This is a student-led club under Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, British Columbia. There are 4 co-chairs, 15 team leads, and 33 execs altogether. It's a huge team this year. So what that compromises of is, of course, our co-chairs, marketing, finance officer, logistics, entertainment, fundraising, internal relations, and the sponsorship officers. So this club runs from September to March of the following year. And what we do is we spread awareness about different types of cancer, treatment plans, symptoms, and risks.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's a very big team. These are only 3 of us here. We've been here since September, and we've been doing lots of fundraising and events that you might have seen on our social media. So basically, the big goal for our club is to fundraise for an event called Relay for Life, which you might have heard of. We advertise it all the time. And it's all about cancer research and spreading awareness and support for people undergoing treatment, for just general awareness, and to support those that are dealing with cancer and who have been impacted by cancer. So let's talk about the fundraisers we've done so far as a club. So we started off with a Barbie movie night in October. We've also done a candy cane sale during the winter season. And then we recently had our paint night. And we're doing a bottle drive, which is currently ongoing. And basically, we're trying to make a fundraising goal. We're trying to reach our goal of $15,000 by March 15th, which is the date of Relay for Life. We're currently at, as we speak, $7,000. And we're trying to raise $15K. So if you want to support, help us out, stop by our booths. And you can also donate to us directly on the website. So it's linked in our Instagram bio. And then if you want to become an exec like us, then applications open up usually before the fall semester. So stay tuned for that. And now we're going to talk about the different positions in the club. So let's talk about the co-chairs first.
So I guess what we do as co-chairs is we basically oversee the whole team. So we delegate tasks to different of the leads. So there's like marketing leads, there's the fundraising leads, there's like sponsorship officers, I already said fundraising. There's finance officers, and then logistics, and I'm pretty sure I left out other people, but yeah, it's a pretty big team, so basically co-chairs just oversee the entire team. We also, I guess, do a lot of the back end, so we like do the grants, and we get help from like the finance officers, and we basically run the website too, so where all your donations go, we could look through the back end of that website as well.
And then you guys also like have connections with actual like
Yes.
themselves, all the way in like Ontario, is it?
Yeah. So basically, we, I guess, have meetings, I think, usually every month or every few months, and we discuss like our progress with Relay for Life. And it's just like an opportunity to, I guess, update the actual Canadian Cancer Society. What do you call them? Like, there's a name for them. Like officers, I think
Officers,
something like that.
Admin,
Like senior specialists. I think that's what they're called. But basically, this year, the organizer is like, I think yeah, Helen. Last year we had Ali, but she's been pretty awesome. And then we also work with SFSS, which is like the Simon Fraser Student Society. And yeah, so they help us like with the grants and stuff, and I guess like booking the rooms and booking all the tables as well.
And you guys actually visited.
Oh yeah,
Let's talk about that.
the retreat. Yeah. So yeah, every co-chair, or like if there's like 4 co-chairs, then usually 2 co-chairs go to the retreat, and if there's like maybe 2 co-chairs, then usually 1. Like it depends, but usually co-chairs around Canada basically meet up together, and they, I don't know, I guess we learn more about Relay for Life and how to run the team better. And yeah, it's essentially just like a weekend to learn more about Relay for Life and the Canadian Cancer Society and what everything stands for. So that's pretty cool. It was also pretty fun. Like you get to learn about Relay for Life, but you also get to meet new friends, which I like. Shout out to Jessica from Lakehead University. I will make, there's this Persian dessert. I will make it during relay because I promised. So if you're watching this, that's what I mean. Lifelong friends, you meet new people, which is pretty awesome.
So that was basically the tasks of co-chairs.
Yes.
And how long have you been a co-chair?
This would be my 2nd year, but I've been a part of CCS since 2022. So when I started SFU, so since the beginning, I was like marketing, like you guys, and then I guess, what do you call it? Like they granted me the position to be co-chair. Like they're like, you would be a good co-chair because you're like organized and stuff. And I was like, yeah,
She's a great co-chair.
I would love to be a co-chair.
So that was basically an overview of what the co-chairs do. So now we're going to talk about marketing.
So marketing is probably one of our biggest teams within our big team. There's 10 of us, including Sophie and I. We have Ashtina, Mansimran, Trudy, Sia, Jasnur, Nancy, Isha, Harkirat, and Sophie and I, of course. So pretty much what our tasks compromise of is promoting. That's essentially the main component of our team. We're promoting on IG, TikTok, and recently LinkedIn as well. And we're trying to get more active on YouTube as well. So we're pretty much in charge of promoting fundraisers, cancer awareness posts, just silly TikToks, just to have some sort of presence, and kind of like educate the student body that we're here. And yeah, that's like our main focus, is like creating a presence online within our student body, and just sharing our mission for the year. Do you have anything to add?
A lot of the graphics you see on social media are all done by the graphics lead, all the TikToks by the TikTok coordinator. So we're all distributing tasks, and it's a very active position. There's always something happening every single day, always something to post. So it's a very, very busy position, but we love it. I love the grind. I feel very, very productive, very motivated. And you were a marketing position too, so she gets it. For me, I've been a part of this club since 2020, I think
2023, and then you're like a volunteer.
Yeah, it's funny because I was introduced to this club through Kyara, and she was recruiting team members, and I happened to be one of the people she recruited, and then I joined her team for the years, like Team Avengers or something. Yeah, something
That's so
cute like that.
Oh my gosh.
And then I did my first relay event. It was so fun. And then I applied to become a TikTok coordinator for 2023-24 year, and then this year I decided to step it up and be a marketing lead. And yeah, very, very fun. I love it. I love doing it. So yeah, that is how long I've been doing it. How about you, Rhea?
This year is my first year being part of SFUCCS as a marketing co-lead. In high school, I was a part of our Cancer Society club as well. So I wasn't too new. And then I joined the UBC high school program as well, which was like a program over a span of a few weeks where you kind of get educated and learn about what RFL is. So I had some prior knowledge, but obviously not as much as these two. But I love it so much. I feel like this is what I needed in my 3rd year here. Definitely a change of scenery, and I love it.
And we got to meet so many cool people through this as well.
Yes, oh my gosh.
And yeah, definitely feel, and like a lot of like applicable skills for the future too. Like I've never done a podcast like this before,
Yeah,
so this is
literally.
crazy. So yeah, that is what the marketing team is, and when you see this posted on Instagram and YouTube, that is because of the marketing exec. So shout out to you guys, we love you. So yeah, we can talk about the finance role. So we're now just going to be talking about the different positions. Just very brief rundown if you ever want to apply. So we have the finance officer. Shout out to Roxelle. She works very closely with fundraising. She keeps the marketing updated and like monthly statistics that we share on social media. She's in charge of the budgets for the event and manages the club's spendings. So yeah, pretty interesting role. We have logistics.
Basically, for logistics, they like figure out all the little details for Relay for Life, so they ensure that the timeline makes sense, I guess. They also like help figure out our theme for the event. So last year we did 90s theme, I think.
It was Y2K.
Y2K, yes, sorry. 90s, 2000, close enough. Anyways, the year before that we did Tourist Dad, but yeah, every year we have like a little theme for Relay for Life. I guess just to make it more fun. But I know that a lot of universities around Canada do different themes as well. I don't know if I should say what the theme is for.
We're deciding.
We're
on
deciding.
that.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah.
tuned.
Stay tuned, guys. Yeah, they're basically the brains that go into the club. So, yeah, shout out to Sharon, Selena, Nanette, and then Andrew. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to entertainment. So this is basically the team that makes sure that the event is fun, it's engaging. They plan the games, performances, all the little booths that you see. And last year they did a lot of fun things. So they did bracelet making. There was it last year's? Last year, right?
We did. I think we do bracelet making almost
Wait,
every year.
Yeah, I think the first time I joined, yeah, there was bracelet making. I honestly forgot what else we did, but there was a lot that they did. And the most recent year that we did, there was like a cheer performance, a band, it was like a jazz band, I think,
That's so cool.
right? And then do they also take care of like the catering and stuff like that? Is that entertainment?
I think sponsorship usually does that, but last year we didn't have a sponsorship team. That's why we have one this year. Because we realized we should have one. So yeah.
And then also last year they did like a really cool like kind of like a be real scavenger hunt type of thing, and yeah, they just basically do all the little fun things that we look forward to for the event. So shout out to you, Vandad, Aryan, Nicholas, and Sarah. And then we can move on to fundraising.
Fundraising, big shout out to you guys. So shout out to Sukman, Tiana, Brian, Dia, Jasmine, and Wally. They're another big group. So what they do essentially is they plan and run fundraisers and raise money that goes towards our RFL campaign. So that goes towards our goal of 15K this year. Again, they've done a few fundraisers so far, and we have some coming up. We have our Krispy Kreme coming up on January 27th and the 28th, so stay tuned. They also work with the finance officer, of course, Roxelle, and yeah, they do a lot of the heavy lifting as well, I would say. They work really hard. I could really see it. I always feel bad for them. It's not an easy task at all, but they're honestly killing it, I would say.
Yeah, and we just had the paint night, so shout out to all the hard work that went into that. We had such a fun time.
I guess another position we have is internal relations. So actually, backstory for this, we never had an internal relations position. But the reason we had it was because last year and previous years, many of the execs were like, I feel like we're not connecting with each other, or they're like, I feel like we only saw everyone during Relay for Life, and so everyone didn't get the chance to connect to each other until a relay. So I guess co-chairs and I decided to make this position to ensure that we have more social bondings that aren't fundraisers, but more of like fun activities. Just like we did a December winter gathering at, Browns, I think.
That's where we did like the who came or the times that the execs came.
The Secret Santa as well.
Santa.
So yeah, basically Kieran's in charge of that, and he plans out the team bonding activities, and he also like sends out newsletters to I guess, different students who signed up for CCS, I believe. And yeah,
Shout out Kieran.
sponsorship officers. Another backstory. We wanted to have sponsorship officers because we realized sponsors are very important. Especially since for SFSS we're given like a limited amount of, I guess, funds for our event. Sponsors just like make it easier for us because we need food, we need games, we need prizes. But then obviously if we have no sponsors, then how are we gonna like if we're given such a limited amount of, you call it budget, then we can't I don't know, this event wouldn't be possible. So I feel like sponsorship officers are one of the important people. So shout out to Jaya and Tina who have been working pretty hard. So
Okay, so now that we know what SFUCCS is, what is Relay for Life?
yeah, so basically Relay for Life is this special annual event that we, usually host every year, but it's an event that brings together a community of people to celebrate those who have been impacted by cancer. So we celebrate those we have lost. We celebrate those that who are going through cancer right now. Basically, it's to not only symbolize perseverance, but to show them that they're not alone as well. We also celebrate all the work we've done throughout the year, and prior to Relay for Life, we make sure we raise enough funds so that during Relay for Life, we could announce how much we fundraise. So it's kind of like the, what do you call it, climax, or like the grand reveal, and you're like, this is how much we fundraise. Yeah, so yeah, that's why we've been hosting fundraisers throughout the year to make sure that we hit our goal of 15,000. If you want to go donate, guys. But yeah, we basically raise funds throughout the year to ensure that, I don't know, we could support the Canadian Cancer Society and ensure that we help those impacted by cancer and stuff.
Just like what our club does, all the other schools that do have a Canadian Cancer Society club also have a Relay for Life themselves. And yeah, I think they all have different dates, right? I think so. Yeah, so it's not just us. There's a lot of other schools that participate in this event. So just like Kyara said, all the work that we do from September until March is for Relay for Life. And that's kind of like the conclusion of the club. That's like a full term of our club. So yeah, we just cough. Thank you. So yeah, it is basically an all-day event, and a lot of people ask me, "Oh, do you have to run for Relay for Life?" And I'm like, "No, it's you can walk through the track. You can run if you want, but it's not like a relay race. It's not the Olympics. It's just it's like a walkathon. I think.
So valid.
Right? Yeah. So that clears it up. Hopefully, you just walk around the track. And people, take turns. Sorry.
Unless you want to run, then
You're
you
different.
go run. Yes.
Yeah. So, do they walk? Sorry, do they walk all day? Just like for that first? Because I'm not sure how that system.
Depending, we usually have a schedule, and if there's a Timbit lap, then we walk around to get Timbits. Or it's it's dependent, I guess.
Yeah. So basically, throughout the whole event, there's different teams. Join our teams, by the way. So there are different teams, and one person from each team is walking throughout the track. This just symbolizes that the fight for cancer doesn't stop. So we should not stop walking around the track, essentially, is what it's saying. Is that the analogy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like perseverance.
Yeah, it's all about
Like a
perseverance.
symbolic meaning.
So the first lap is actually called, it's like the survivor.
I think it's the survivor lap.
Yeah, so this is where the cancer survivors lead or do they walk by themselves first?
They lead the lap, and then we follow them. So basically, they're just leading the lap, and they usually hold a little banner, and then they hold it, and then we walk behind them. I don't know if you could input pictures here, but
probably.
if you want.
Very empowering. And about the teams, so you might have seen all the execs posting on their stories and stuff, join my team, join our team. Basically, what that means is you're not joining the execs, you're not joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people misunderstand.
Yeah.
They think you're joining CCS, you're applying to be a logistics person or a marketing person. I think, yeah, that's what people usually think. But in actuality, you're actually applying.
You're like
Registering.
registering. Yeah.
You're registering to be, so each exec member has their own team that they make. And each team fundraises towards the 15K goal.
Mhm.
So when we say join our team, we're saying join our, like, how do you say this?
Team to fundraise and
Yeah.
kind of like pretty much you're creating a team to help reach out to more people to bring in donations and yeah, that's essentially it. I feel like, and then RFL kind of celebrating with each other and you know celebrating all of the hard work you guys have done to help such an amazing cause. Yeah, I don't know what else.
Can I ask you guys a question too?
Sure.
Why did you guys want to join Relay for Life? Like, what inspired you? Do you have like any members impacted by cancer or anything you want to share? If you're comfortable in the camera.
Like I said earlier, I was part of the cancer club in my high school. So I think having that familiarity, sorry, my English, kind of helped. But a big part was for my sister. I think it was like the summer going into my last year of high school. My sister had been diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And that was, my world shifted a lot because like that's your sister, like you would never think that would happen. And then she had a lot of complications with her surgery, and so it was like just an ongoing journey for her, and it's been, I think, coming up 4 years since all that happened. She's now cancer free, thankfully, yay. But I feel like I think throughout my grade 12 year, I kind of like suppressed that because it was such a stressful year. But I think kind of being a part of Relay for Life and this club helps me kind of deal with it. Yeah, sorry.
That's amazing.
Just honoring my sister because obviously I can't understand what she's going through, and I feel like it's a way to like tell her like I'm still here for you, like you're important, your journey is important, and has impacted me in such a great way. Like, always kind of stick with me, and I want to do something. And kind of like when you go through something like that, it's like you want to help other people have gone through something similar. And so like being around like these beautiful ladies, like our team, like I'm like, oh my god, there's so many like kind souls, like I don't know, and like finding that within the school. I'm like, I'm like shaking. But no, like seriously, like after a rough year, like this is what I needed, being a part of RFL and this team. So
That's amazing. That's amazing. We love you, Rhea. I'm probably one of the most emotional people, so like hearing like little stories, I don't know, makes me cry or tear up. Like during the luminary ceremony, usually in Relay for Life, like I cry, bro. Like I like ball up, and I'm like, can't do this. No, But yeah, same thing with Rhea, I guess. For me, I joined Relay for Life for almost similar reasons, but it was my grandma. She passed away when I was like 7, but that was in 2010. I'm only emotional because like you're emotional, so it's making me emotional. But basically, she passed away back in 2010. She had colon cancer. Basically, I guess my mom knew there was something wrong with her. But the doctors were like, "Oh, it's probably just like something in your tummy. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong. It's just yeah." And so they were like, "Oh, just take these antibiotics, take this and take that." But then my mom was like, "I don't think so. There's something going on." And so my mom pushed my grandma, and she was not pushed physically, but she was like, like she encouraged her to, go to the emergency department. She's like, "No, I have a gut feeling that this is nothing. This is not just a simple, like, tummy ache or whatever." And so, she goes to the emergency, I guess, room, and then they tell her, oh, it's colon cancer, and it's like stage 4, so you can't do anything anymore. And I know that colon cancer is a cancer that's easily treatable, and so, I don't know, I just, not regrets, but like, if, we found out sooner, then she would be still here. that's why I joined Relay for Life, to like, I guess, honor her memory and stuff. No, it's okay. It's
Thank you
okay.
for sharing your stories, though. We love you. Yeah. And I guess for me, my first reason might be a little bit different from you guys, but originally I just really wanted to find like a place of like belonging on campus and like a community, because I was a very lost like first year, second year student. And luckily Kiara was part of this club. I always saw her posts, like advertising, join my team, like all this stuff. So we became friends, and then she got me into her team. And then I joined the first year of Relay, my first time, and it was a really fun event. And I loved the mission that they stand for. I love the goals of this club. And my grandpa actually passed away from cancer not too long ago as well. So it also really impacted me and changed the way that I viewed being a part of this team, being a part of this cause. And all the fundraisers that we do, I always think about him in the back of my head. This is why I do this, what I do this for. And also I've really been into learning more about like the healthcare system, and really wanted to learn more about what I can do to be a part of it, and just to have a sense of purpose here, I guess. And being able to work with like-minded people has been very helpful for me, and it has helped me become a better person, better student, better advocate. And yeah, honestly, I have met my goal. I've found a community here, and I'm very, very grateful to work with all these amazing people. And yeah, always for my grandpa, because he is one of the only, I think, the only person I know in my family that has been diagnosed with cancer. So yeah, learning more about it, and we even post like every month different cancer awareness months. So even just like that, like being educated and spreading education for what we do as a club is amazing to me. So yeah, that is why I really.
So, kind of more about RFL, kind of what else we do besides walking around the track. We have cancer survivors that come in and share their stories. We have entertainment, such as like the cheer team, and we also have educational awareness, because that is very important to have as well. And then, of course, we continue to fundraise. We still take in donations. So if you're coming, make sure to donate. And then we have a luminary ceremony at the end, where we remember those who have been impacted by cancer. Do you guys want to expand on the luminary ceremony?
I think we kind of expanded it when we were talking about like our vulnerable stories with each other, but yeah, basically it's a ceremony where we, I guess, celebrate those we've lost or celebrate those who are currently going with cancer. It's usually an emotional part of the event. We dedicate like a certain time of relay to, I don't know how long it takes, maybe 10, 15 minutes, but we walk along the track and then we listen to like usually sad music, and then we light up our luminaries around the track as well, and then we just, I guess, we just remember, and then we honor them.
And then I also want to mention like the luminary ceremony is really beautiful because it's at nighttime. As I said, the event is all day. So the luminary ceremony is like the event to look forward to when it gets dark, and you really see the impact and all the emotions that everyone's feeling. And it's like an experience that it's unexplainable until you're in it, it's one of those things, and it's a very beautiful part of the event. So
I feel like it's such a like beautiful way, not just make it like, but it's a really good way to kind of end off the year and just like be vulnerable with each other. I feel like it's, I don't know, like after like all the hard work, all the hustle, trying to get this done, that done, making sure this is in. I think like, okay, let's stop and just like remember why we're doing what we're doing is so impactful, I think.
Adding on to that, I feel like sometimes we get scared to show our vulnerabilities. And so, like, the luminary ceremony kind of gives you a chance to be vulnerable with each other. Like, it's like a safe space, I guess. Because sometimes you hide in your room and you're like, oh, I don't want people to see me cry. I don't want, this and that. But then during a dedicated time, you're like, oh, if other people are crying, then I could cry too. And so it's like a chance. I don't know, it's a very open thing that you could experience.
Yeah.
If that sounds okay.
Yeah.
And we also have luminaries over here.
Oh, yeah.
So once you're at the event, you get one bag like this, one luminary, and you also get like markers, and you can draw on it. So, and then we place it around the track, and then we just walk around and look at the luminaries. And yeah, like we said, it's a very emotional event, an emotional part of the event. So yeah, that, and then there's like we put little candles inside, so it's very beautiful when it's lit up and it's dark. And yeah.
Well, that's all for our first episode. We hope you enjoyed listening to our stories, what SFUCCS is, and what RFL is, and hopefully encourages you to register and donate and reach out to your community as well to come together for such an important cause. Also, we should mention why I relay posts. If you want to share why you relay, we are currently taking submissions in for why I relay, and we'll be sharing that on Instagram, TikTok. It's up to you. Just why you relay and your story. So,
And if you are unfamiliar with our club, we do have Instagram page, TikTok page, all the social medias. And by the time this is posted, Clubs Day would have already been finished. So if you're a new member with us, hello, thanks for joining us.
Kyara, do you want to add anything?
Sign up for Relay for Life.
Yes. The most important thing, sign up.
We didn't mention this yet, but the event is going to be on March 15th. It's going to be on, I think it's a Saturday, yeah? And it's an all-day event. So if you are still thinking about joining, it's not too late to join. I think you can join all the way till like the very last week, very last day even. People even show up on the day of. Yeah, so lots of time to join, and or even just donate and support. And you can donate through links in our bios, or if you know someone who is part of our club, you can ask to donate through their teams. And yeah, a lot of opportunity to support. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you learn more about who we are and what Relay for Life is. And yeah, bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay, pause.